Hi, it's Pat from the Shelter Institute again. I've been asked to talk about my favorite tools, and I don't really have favorite tools. In 76 years, I've had to fix a million things, and I just look around and whatever seems appropriate becomes the favorite tool at that moment. I do have a favorite car. That's a TR3. And when the bureaucrats and all their capricious actions get me down, I just get in that car and that's my favorite tool. But today, let's talk about perhaps moving heavy things. America is an extraordinarily wealthy country, and if you drive into the city on garbage day, you'll see all these incredible things on the sidewalk. And the other day, there was this GE Profile range. This is a $12,000 stove. It was out on the sidewalk because they didn't want it anymore. Apparently they decided to buy a Wolf stove. So I decided I wanted it. You know, how do you move a 400-pound stove? I'm only 145 pounds, not nearly strong enough. But the way you move a 400-pound stove is with a scrap piece of PVC pipe and a crowbar. And that's all it takes. So the idea here is basically the old fulcrum, where we're going to use a long lever and pry something up. And you simply jam this thing under one end of the stove, pry the stove right up, put the pipe underneath it, walk around to the back of the stove, and with one hand, it'll roll 5 feet. You do it again, and you roll another 5 feet. I had to go a mile, so it took a long time. But these two pieces did the whole job. Crowbar, and I like this particular crowbar. It's like a cane because it gives you a little bit of leverage down here and a huge lift over here on the other end. The biggest thing that I ever moved was an old Jeep that I drove into a kind of a quicksand thing. And the Jeep just drove in there and just sank right up to the body. The wheels were just totally gone. And I was alone. This was in Idaho, and I really needed to get that Jeep out of there. In those days, there were no phones, no nothing. I was miles from anybody. So I just cut down a tree that was 20 feet long and did a lot of digging under the Jeep and got the tree under it. And then I lifted the other end of the 20-foot tree up in the air with a bunch of logs and got it up about like this. And then right next to the Jeep, I put another whole bunch of logs. And all I needed to do was pull that 20-foot tree down, and that Jeep came right out of the mud. I put a couple of logs on the end of that tree to hold it down, then threw some more logs under the Jeep. Took all day, but eventually just that leverage got it out. It's amazing what one person can do. You don't need strength, you just need to think a little bit. Thanks for watching. I'll bring up another tool for the next episode.
Hey guys, here at the Shelter Institute, we've been teaching people to design and build their homes since 1974, and we've been building timber frames for about 40 years. We design and build timber frames, we sell fine woodworking tools, we teach house building classes of many different types. If you'd like to learn more about what we do, check us out in person here at our store in Woolwich, Maine, or online at shelterinstitute.com.